5 of the best minds in search just told me that in 2 years, the people that I place for a living won't have jobs. Keywords and search results will be looked back on in 5 years like cave paintings, because everything going on right now is like being handed the keys to a Ferrari. No judgment, no eye for detail, and you'll go very, very fast in completely the wrong direction. The experts lean apocalyptic. The hiring market is quietly, calmly voting for evolution. Hear me on this, search isn't dying, it's just being reordered. Cheery start, I know, but here's the thing. I'm Josh Peacock, I'm a headhunter in search marketing. I've placed over 200 senior search and performance marketers, and I sit on about as much live hiring data as anyone in the industry. So when 5 of the sharpest operators in the game tell me that search is dying, that's a hot take that I can't just scroll past with my coffee. That's my entire business that they're talking about. One of them told me that keywords and search results will be looked back on in 5 years like cave paintings. Another said that websites stop being the destination, full stop. So I did the one thing nobody else in this whole debate has actually been able to do. I took their predictions and I checked them against real hiring data. 328,650 marketing job postings from the last 12 months, and the market flat out disagreed with them. So in the next 10 minutes, I'll show you exactly where search ends up by 2028 and what the experts think, what the data actually says, and what it means for you, whether you're hiring these people or you are one. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so why should you care? Now, I talk to agency owners and search leaders every single day, and right now there's a real confusion in the air. Some people are flat out refusing to change, others are chasing every shiny new tactic like a golden retriever after a bone. And I get why, because this actually matters for 2 very different people. If you're hiring right now, you're about to write a job description for a role that has fundamentally changed. And most people are still using the job ad that they wrote 18 months ago. And if you're the one doing work, there's very specific, very provable skills that's worth about 20 grand a year on top of your salary right now. I'll show you the exact number in a second. None of this is opinion. It's all sitting in the data. So let me show you the data first. Then we'll bring the experts in and see how they actually hold up against it. 3 numbers, burn them in, because everything else hangs off them. Number 1, back in December, roughly 1 in 8 SEO job ads asked for AI search skills, GEO, AEO, generative optimization, whatever label you want to put on it. 6 months later, this June, it's 1 in 5. That's 12% to 20% in 6 months. That is a big, big move. Number 2, and this is the one to sit up if you're a marketer. In the US, SEO roles that ask for AI search and skills pay a median of $117,500. The ones that don't, $97,500. That's $20,000 gap, a 20% premium. Same core job, just because you can do the new part. Read that again if you're in SEO. 20 grand a year for a skill you could genuinely get your head around in a few months. And before anyone says outliers, it holds up at the top and the bottom of the range. This isn't a couple of freak salaries dragging the average up. Number 3, there are 720 jobs in the last year with this stuff. AI search, GEO, AEO, right there in the job title. Titles that basically didn't exist 18 months ago. We've currently got a live role at the minute, head of SEO and AI visibility. And these aren't fringe startups messing about. These are big, big companies. And 28% of those roles are leadership. Things like director, head off, VPs. Nearly double the rate you'd see on a normal SEO title. So companies aren't hiring you juniors to go and quietly figure this out in a corner. They're hiring leaders to own it. 1 in 5, 20% premium leadership. Hold those 3, because now the experts are going to tell you search is dying, and you'll be able to fact check them in real time. So I went to 5 people running search right at the sharp end, from JBH, Searchable, Scalers, Daynova, and Riverside FM. And I asked them one question: where does search actually end up in the next 2 years? And they split pretty cleanly into 2 camps. Camp 1, it dissolves into AI completely. Andrew over at JBH did not hold back. He told me that keywords and search results will be looked at like cave paintings. Nobody searches, they just ask AI. Think Tony Stark and Jarvis. And look, I agree with Andrew's positioning. I just don't buy the timeline. And here's my receipt. If search was dying in 2 years' time, companies would not be putting SEO in 11 to 12% of every marketing job ad every single month, flat as a board. And 96% of these shiny new AI search titles still have the letters SEO in the actual role. So what's dying isn't search, it's the old version of the job. The SEO sat in the corner, no budget, no seat at the table, quietly doing technical tweaks in a silo. That person's in trouble. But the one who gets brand, content, digital PR, they've never been more valuable in their life. Camp 2, it doesn't die, it fragments. Jules at Scalers reckons it becomes AI chat, plus links pointing you off to YouTube, Reddit, landing pages, so you can go and confirm from what AI just told you. And honestly, that matches exactly what I see in how people buy and in how people hire. The AI answer starts the journey, but nobody makes a decision that actually matters of a chat response alone. A client gets your name from ChatGPT and then goes straight into your YouTube, your case studies, your Reddit mentions before they'll ever book a call. So the confirmation click isn't dying, it's just moving up the stakes ladder. The higher the stakes, the more those sources still matter. And then there's Travis, who used to run SEO at Brain Labs, and he says it's the middle of the funnel that gets swallowed. Comparison content, aggregators, all the stuff that only ever existed to help you decide. And funny enough, I had a call last week with a very successful agency owner who told me almost word for word, they've cut the middle of the funnel completely. Top of funnel, education, long form videos, bottom conversions, and nothing in between. Same thing Travis is saying, except playing out in real profit and loss. So there's your spectrum. Andrew says funeral, Jules says evolution, everyone else somewhere between. But here's what I want you to notice. Not one of them thinks that the 10 blue links survive the main event. That part is done. The one they're actually arguing about is what replaces it. So if AI is quietly eating the execution part of the job, what do you actually learn to stay valuable? Here, all 5 of them completely agreed. Brand, breadth, and judgment. Andrew put it bluntly, learn brand marketing, content, distribution, PR, or go so deep in AI that you're impossible to replace. Everything in the mushy middle gets ousted. JP at Searchable gave me the line I keep coming back to. Stop obsessing over ranking a page. Start asking whether you're the thing the model reaches for when it builds the answer. One question fans out into 20 sub-queries. So it's not, am I number one anymore? It's how much of the answers am I actually in? And this is where the data backs up the experts completely. The roles that blend SEO with AI search and content and product thinking, those are the ones exactly paying that 20% premium. For years, every brief that landed on my desk was a specialist brief. Now, the money's on breadth. Hiring managers have been saying that they want it for years. They've actually finally started to pay for it. And Travis said something that's now literally one of our interview questions. He said the real skill is, what do you actually do with the time AI frees up? So we asked candidates exactly that. What do you do with that time that AI gives you back? And that one question sorts the reinvestors from the coasters in about 10 seconds flat. It ties right into how we vet, full stop. We score 60% on behavior, fit engine, things like value articulation, communication, leadership, and 40% on the tech and domain, which is where AI fluency sits. Because the hard skill, that's findable. The behavioral engine underneath it, that's the rare bit. Erica over at Riverside FM is the one who really hammered into judgment. And she's right, because everything going on right now is like being handed the keys to a Ferrari. No judgment, no eye for detail, and you'll go very, very fast in completely the wrong direction. With it, you go as fast in the right one. Right, if you run a company or an agency, 3 moves came up again and again. 1, move budget to brand and PR. Andrew says double or triple the PR budget because budget feeds activity, activity feeds coverage, and coverage feeds visibility. And visibility is exactly what these models need to scrape. 2, measure your AI visibility. Now, this is JP's point, and it's a sharp one. Most people have no clue they're even being cited in AI answers. And it's cheap to start measuring today and expensive in 18 months' time once everyone's caught on. 3, reprice. Erica said it plainly. Shift your agency pricing away. We'll get you traffic and rankings and towards business outcomes and advisory, because the deliverables that used to justify a retainer are eroding fast. But the one everyone nods along to and then quietly ignores is Travis's invest in your people. And I'll tell you exactly what acting on that looks like, because it's the bit that I live in. Your interview process has to have changed. You cannot be using the same questions or practices you were using 2 years ago. You just can't. You need to be building a talent bench constantly and sharpening your employer value proposition so the best people in the market want to come and work for you. Because talent density is the whole game now. And the gap between someone at the top of this and somebody at the bottom of this is enormous. And it's getting wider every single month. So here's where it all lands. And here's where the experts and the market properly part ways. The experts lean apocalyptic. The hiring market is quietly, calmly voting for evolution. SEO demand is flat, not falling, flat. 11 to 12% of all marketing jobs the entire period. The new AI skills are being added to SEO roles, not replacing them. 96% of the new title jobs still say SEO in the role. The market is not paying 20% premium to bury search. It's paying to evolve it. So are employers. Smart money. So are employers smart money or slow money? Honestly, it's a bit of both. The trigger is usually hype. Some CEO reads a scary post on X or Twitter about how they'll die if they're not in AI answers, and off they go. But the higher they make off the back of that panic, it's not the right one. And that's the lag Erica talks about. The capability shifted first, and the job descriptions are only starting to catch up now. And because nobody has the blueprint yet, and I mean nobody, the people who have actually been experimenting for the last couple of years are absolute gold dust. That's the premium. And in my opinion, it's the only way up. And here's my promise to you. I'm going to run this exact same data again in 12 months' time and check every one of these predictions against it. So if you want to see whether Andrew's funeral actually turns up on schedule, please subscribe. You'll want to be here for that one. So what does this actually mean for you? What do you actually do with all of this? If you're hiring, the AI search talent pool is thin. The titles are brand new and the roles skew senior. So you're either paying the premium or you're training internally. Either way, you need to start now, not next year. And do me one favor, before you go and slap AI search into a job title just because it sounded clever on a podcast, build an outcome-focused scorecard first. What does this person actually need to deliver at 3 months, 6 months, 12 months? If experimentation is a big part of that, put it in there. We've got clients hiring ahead of experimentation right now, today. Then you reverse engineer the job from those outcomes and you research the real salary properly. You can check that at salaryguide.com. I get genuinely militant about this. And this is exactly why. And if you're 5 years into SEO and you've been reading the doom takes and feeling a bit sick about the whole thing, make the shift, because this is one of the most exciting times search has ever had. When everything's up for grabs, opportunity is absolutely everywhere. And from where I'm sitting, demand for the top percent who properly get this is through the roof. So experiment on your own projects, watch as much YouTube as you humanly can, build your network in the space, and build the behavioral side too. Communication, value articulation, leadership. Do that and you are off to the races. Now, I've put the whole thing, all 5 experts in full, every chart and full methodology into the one single piece. It's linked right below this video. And like I said, we update the data every 12 months. So that's the place to watch this whole thing actually play out. And there are 2 ways I can help you from here. One, and this one's completely free, go and check the live salary and hiring data for yourself at salaryguide.com. It's real submissions from real marketers, not stale, average, scraped off the internet 3 years ago. And you can see this AI search premium in your own market. 2, if you are hiring for one of these roles and you actually want it done properly, the scorecard built, the market vetted for you, the whole thing, well, that's literally what we do at Search for Hire. So there's a link to book a call with me and my team below. But either way, hear me on this. Search isn't dying. It's just being reordered. You've just got to make sure you're on the right side of the reorder. I'll see you in the next one.